Live brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Skattebo getting the congratulations. Jackson Dart's had 3 touchdowns as the Giants get the win on Thursday Night Football. 34-17 is the final score, and the rookies led the way. Lots of handshakes, high fives, and congratulations on the field. As we welcome you to our set, welcome to the show. Madeline Burke alongside the Super Bowl champion Sean O'Hara here at the top of section 144 at MetLife Stadium. Sean, a primetime win against a division opponent in the Philadelphia Eagles. There's some good energy in the building tonight.
Yeah, primetime, Thursday Night Football. Giants haven't won a game on Thursday night in over a decade, and it didn't just feel like a win.
Yeah.
This felt like a butt whooping. The Giants took it to the defending Super Bowl champions, and I thought that they just out-muscled them, they out-hit them, they out-hustled them. This was a slobber knocker of a victory, and I tell you, MetLife came to life again tonight. This was such a fun environment to be in. You could tell that everybody was feeding off of the energy from Jackson Dart and Cam Skattebo. We saw them celebrating down on the field. I mean, these are the new kings of New York. These young pups right here, these young princes, they just came to life right in front of our eyes. And I think when you look at how contagious their energy has been to this team. Well, Cam Skattebo was body bag people, and now Theo Johnson's getting in on it. Everybody's trying to do it.
Yeah.
This was some physical football. And the Giants, on both sides of the ball, I thought dominated this game.
Absolutely. But, of course, starting strong is the important part here. That's been the imperative for a while. The Giants got the opening drive touchdown. They've now won 7 straight home games when scoring on the opening drive. We've talked about the importance of getting that going early, establishing that early. But also, Sean, when you consider the fact the Giants are without Malik Neighbors for the season, they're without Darius Slayton, who's out with a hamstring this week. They call up Lil Jordan Humphrey. Jalen Hyatt has a game. Jackson Dart was slinging it, especially early.
Yeah, he came out on fire, and you could tell he was juiced up and he was ready to rock and roll. There's his stats right there.
First quarter, yeah.
Passing yards, 101 yards in just the first quarter alone. That's how you get things going. That's how you get the momentum on your side. And he made a big throw to little Jordan Humphrey. That kind of sparked the offense. It felt like they were going to go 3 and out on that first possession. And then all of a sudden you kind of felt the momentum. And then, of course, he hit the R2 button on the joystick and juked the heck out of the defense, multiple guys, and then scampered in for the 20-yard touchdown. So he has shown his ability to create new plays. And this is the throw to little Jordan Humphrey right here, the little jump ball.
And I think I love that, too, because this was the very next play after little Jordan Humphrey had a false start play. And he said, you know what, let me pick it up and make it up for it. And then Jackson Dart using his
he hit him with the hezzy right there, the little stanky leg. And Jackson Dart showed the burst, blows a kiss.
gotta get the celebrations, gotta show love.
The red zone production was there again tonight.
The red zone production was there. They were throwing it, they were running it. Lil Jordan Humphrey really stepped up after being called up from the practice squad this week. He's down on the field with our Paul Dottino. Let's send it down and take a listen to what he has to say.
So you come up from the practice squad, little Jordan, and wow, you make an immediate impact. I need to ask you about your chemistry with Dart, because you didn't have a lot of time to work with him this week, but you guys seem to be on the same page.
I mean, since OTAs, me and Dart just kind of naturally connected. I don't know, that's my guy. He's a dog. I'm happy. I don't know. I'm kind of lost for words, but me and his connection just been natural, and I'm loving it. So yeah, we're gonna try to keep the thing rolling.
We knew the wide receiver room was down. Neighbors gone, now Slayton's all of a sudden gone. As a room, how did you guys rise up to accept this challenge?
Man, the guys in there, we know we got the talent. We just got to go out there and execute and do our job. And I feel like we came out here today, executed and did our job, and continue to fight. And we got to continue to do that.
You're a veteran. You've been around for a while.
Yes,
what did you do mentally to kind of keep your mentality alive and into the game, even when you were down on the practice squad?
Man, I took practice as my games, I was going hard every day because I didn't know when it was going to happen, but I knew the number was going to be called, and I just wanted to be ready when my number was called.
Well, I got to ask you about the contested catch, the big play, the bomb. That really ignited this place, and I think gave you guys a good start in terms of momentum. What happened on that play? What did you see, and how did you make the grab?
Man, I just ran my route, little pump route, ran it, and saw the ball go up. Jackson gave me a chance, and I'm like, I gotta go make it. I told him I was gonna have his back, had his back, and you know what I mean? We just got to make more plays like that.
That's a tough rookie quarterback. They even got him knocked out into the concussion protocol for a second, but he came back. What do you guys feel about this quarterback?
Man, he's a dog. I've been saying it since he got here. He's a dog, and I'm glad we got him.
Well, I think the Giants are glad they have you. Congratulations.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Thank you, my friend.
That sound from Lil Jordan Humphrey, brought to you by Ford, the official vehicle of the New York Football Giants, as we take a look at his numbers today. Sean, we heard Paul asking him about how, hey, you didn't have a lot of reps with him, but we forget, Lil Jordan Humphrey was the recipient of Jackson Dart's first passing touchdown in the preseason. That chemistry doesn't fade overnight.
No, it doesn't. And they had great rapport all through training camp, and you could kind of see that blossoming. And I love when you hear guys like Lil Jordan Humphrey talk about their quarterback.
Yeah.
When people talk about a quarterback, they don't call them dogs usually. Like, this guy's a different cat. And by the way, he's spelling dog with a W. All right, W's always make everything sound better. But I think that when you have a guy like that is just invigorating the offense, he's instilling confidence in everybody else. And what he's really doing is saying, look, I trust you to make a play.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the ball up, and I know you're going to come down with it. I know you're going to make us all look good. And I think that's what receivers love.
He's tough. He's got a lot of moxie. The receivers love him. The coach trusts him. Jackson Dart had a great start and a great win against the Philadelphia Eagles. But we're going to hear from him later in the show. We're also going to hear from head coach Brian Daboll. But first, Giants fans, gather your friends, family, or coworkers. Group ticket packages make it easy to enjoy game day together. Group ticket packages offer preferred ticket prices and the ability to purchase together in group blocks. So scan the QR code on your screen to lock in your group tickets. Get early access to the best seats and the games of your choice. We've got much more to come here on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Coach Daboll after the break.
It's the dream we all share, to be anything and go anywhere. So if you need room for your family, your gear, side hustle, or anything else, get the SUV designed for your dream. The Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Experience the legendary Ford Explorer for yourself. Visit your local Ford store for a test drive.
When you donate to Tackle Kids Cancer at Hackensack Meridian Health, you're not just making a big difference, you're making a giant difference. That's why we're making a giant deal out of it.
It needs to be bigger, right?
100% of donations go to patients and their families.
Give this a spin.
Helping kids be kids. And no cause
Go deep.
is more giant than that.
Looking good.
Join me and Scan to tackle kids cancer today.
It was bigger on the package.
Any further thoughts?
I think I need to do more with my money. Should I still be renting?
I live with my mom.
How much should I save for my kids' tuition?
What kids?
How early is early retirement? How much is in your 401k?
All my money's in checking.
What does the K stand for?
Ben, what's on your mind?
Could I be doing more with my money?
Let's look at where you're at and talk new goals.
Make sense of your money with Citizens.
Get more of what you want this season during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Like more off-road adventure with the Sorento. Or Telluride. Or more fun zipping around in the Seltos. Or Nero Hybrid. And new Kia vehicles come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, so you can get more out of every year. During Kia's Fall Savings Event, get 0% APR for up to 48 months, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash on select 2025 Sorento models.
Don't know who can clean this? Thumbtack knows. Get recommendations for every kind of home project. Hire the right pro today.
This will be 21 years. I had the pleasure of working with Kenny Albert. If you're only as good as your partner, I'm extremely excited.
Season Start is presented by Fidelity Wealth Management.
Cordell, the emotion on this field right now and in this stadium, it's pretty electric.
Yeah, it's electric, man. It feels good to win. You know, against a divisional team at home on the prime game, it felt good, man.
Your defense has taken a lot of hits from the fans and the media for not living up to potential. How important was this performance?
We showed up and we showed out. We executed our game plan. We came out here, we kept fighting. We kept battling against a good offense, and, you know, we got the win.
The key interception, which really was the nail in the Eagles' coffin. Beautiful pick. You went after the ball with perfect timing.
Yeah. Hey, man, once I seen it, I reacted and I executed, and I tried to take it back.
Well, I know you didn't get there, and they're probably going to give you a fine in the rabbit court.
Yeah, it's all good. Hey, man, we got the dub, though.
What was the biggest part of the game plan, the most important part of the game plan? Now, you got to play them in a couple weeks, so I don't want you to give it away. But there had to be something that was primary to stop them.
Just a powerful offense, man. I know the biggest thing we had to do was execute and do our fundamentals, and everything else was going to work out, and that's what we did.
What do you think about this offense tonight?
Hey, man, we look good. Dart did great. The offense did great. Coaching, and we got a dub, like I keep saying. That's all that matters.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
Thanks so much, Paul Dottino and Cordell Flott, as we recap the defensive performance on this game. Looking at Cordell's numbers, of course, 3 tackles, 1 interception. The first pick this season that Jalen Hurts has thrown. Flott returned it for 68 yards. A huge play for the Giants defense. Carl, when you look at what an impactful play that is, as we welcome you back to the set, Madeline Burke and the Super Bowl champion Sean O'Hara, joined now by the 2-time Super Bowl champion Carl Banks. What a huge impact that play was.
Well, it is, but we have to go back a few weeks because Sean and I were talking about how this team, let's forget about what they could be. We were talking about the missed opportunities and what goes on in meeting rooms. They will show the bad plays, but they'll also show, hey, we have opportunities for turnovers every single game. They've dropped a lot of them. Today they did not. They recovered fumbles, and that's the difference between when you look at a defense and you think your defensive coordinator is horrible, and then when you get some of these plays, which the defense is designed to produce, you say, wow, they were 1 for 9 on 3rd down, and they got 2 turnovers, and they win the battle.
Yeah, this defense, look, they came to play. And look, what's remarkable is, I mean, that play right there, that's great route recognition by Cordell Flott. I mean, he jumped that route. I think he's wishing that he was able to outrun those guys and get to the end zone. But
they have to go over that, get used to getting turnovers and go over their turnover blocking rules. There is, when you become an offensive player, the entire defense, somebody's got to get the fastest down the field.
Somebody goes for the quarterback.
Flott's running with that ball. He's got nothing but green grass. You could see him looking over his shoulder like, is
where's my convoy?
There's no flag. I got this.
What a
Saquon Barkley ended up
difference!
picking him down.
Like, what a difference 5 days makes, right? Because 5 days ago, it was the Saints that was doing that to us. And when you do something like that defensively, in addition to the sacks and the pressure that they were getting on Jalen Hurts and the way they controlled the line of scrimmage, this defense was suffocating.
Yeah, and you talk about the sacks. I mean, earlier this week, Dexter Lawrence was talking about how much Jalen Hurts holds the ball and how you got to be even more disciplined with your rush lane. Brian Burns, not 1, but 2 sacks on Hurts today. He's got 7 on the season, leading the NFL. Every season in his NFL career, he's had at least 7 sacks. It's only week 6, Carl.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. They put Abdul Carter and him on the same side, and they ran with what amounted to a twist. Yeah. And there were no hitters by both offensive linemen. They just both cleared them, and Burns just accelerated through it.
Yeah, both sacks were on TE twists. And the first one, Abdul Carter, was the inside guy, and he shot the gap so quick, he actually got him between the guard and the tackle, and that they couldn't pass it off. That's why Burns came free. And then they flipped on the next one.
Yeah.
And Burns beat them and got the sack. So I thought they did a great job attacking this offensive line. Look, this Eagles offensive line has been banged up, but, hey, look, no excuses, right? I think this defense did a great job of controlling line of scrimmage, and usually, look, this offensive line for the Eagles is usually the one that's on the attack and not go back.
That is correct.
That was not the case. This Giants defensive line, aside from the first 2 running plays of the game,
I was going to say
they basically clamped everything.
That was, people said this is going to be their get right game. Well, 60 yards on 2 plays, you say, well, maybe.
Yeah.
But the defense says, nope, we're not going to be that team.
Yeah. Yeah, the defense had a great performance in this one, setting up the offense. The offense, a great performance as well, especially with shorthanded at wide receiver. The next men up really did big things. They stepped up. And for more on that, let's send it down to the field for Paul Dottino and Brandon London's perspective on this one. Guys, what did you see?
Well, indeed, little Jordan Humphrey, the former Denver Bronco, comes up big, just activated off the practice squad. But, you know, he had practiced so much with Jackson Dart during the summer, it probably shouldn't surprise people that they would have something going.
Yeah, you can see the chemistry was there. And you love the fact when the QB that you have familiarity with is the QB1. But here's the thing, the NFL practice squad isn't what it used to be back in the day. You can have a vet that has catches and that's ready for a moment like this. And he stepped up, made some plays when his number was called.
Well, it wasn't only catching. Humphrey made a big block on Wandale Robinson's touchdown. Theo Johnson had 2 blocks as Skattebo went in for a touchdown inside the 10-yard line, his second touchdown of the day. I think it's important to note that wide receivers and tight ends, they need to value those blocks as much as they do catches.
Yeah, it's fitting that Plaxico Burress was here because back in 2007, if you wanted to piss Plax off, you 1, drop a ball and don't take accountability for it. 2, you don't show up in the run game. Those guys knew they weren't going to get a quantity of catches, but how are you going to affect the game in a positive manner? They did that by being selfless and putting their bodies on the line in the run game.
All right, finally, contested catches, making plays above the X's and the O's. On the Giants' first 2 touchdown drives, they had a 3rd down conversion on a contested catch. It was Humphrey on the bomb, and then a sideline catch by Hyatt, Jalen Hyatt.
Yes. What do I do when you call? I pick it up. Same thing with those dudes did. Their number were called. They stepped up. Doesn't matter if it's a contested ball. Again, you need to come down with it to help your rookie quarterback. The receivers did their job tonight. Absolutely love it.
All right, so the Giants go to a 6th win in their last 17 games at home against the Eagles and the 9th win in the last 33 tries against Philadelphia. This was an electric atmosphere down here on the field. We're going to set it back upstairs to you, Madeline. I hope it's a little calmer up there.
We are feeling the electricity up here, too. Paul Dottino and Brandon London, thanks for the insight. 34-17 is the final as the Giants get the win over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday Night Football. We're going to continue to break this one down, but first we're taking a quick timeout. And a reminder, the guests of our post-game show receive a gift certificate to Ben and Jack's, located on 44th Street in Manhattan. From the celebrated porterhouse to finer seafood, Ben and Jack's will surpass your expectations.
I love that guy's hair.
What a should be. Lots of joy as we've got Giants Postgame Live brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health, rolling on after this quick break.
When you make your dip super creamy with almonds, your new boyfriend can know nothing about football.
Oh, he touched it down.
Bro, that's the other team.
And still fit in just fine.
Have you tried the dip?
Oh, great fumble.
Great fumble?
That's a Hail Mayo.
Get this exceptional offer on select Cadillac models.
For thrills, for celebrations, for intimacy, for triumph. We all have reasons for wanting to be healthy. When you test with Quest, you and your doctor can track your health over time to reveal patterns. With the bigger picture, you can transform your future health. And that might be the most important reason of all. For all your reasons, Quest.
When you make your dip super creamy with almonds, your new boyfriend can know nothing about football.
Oh, he touched it down.
Bro, that's the other team.
And still fit in just fine.
Have you tried the dip?
Oh, great fumble.
Great fumble?
That's a Hail Mayo.
Welcome to Athlete.
At DirecTV, we love great TV. You love great TV, and your friends love great TV. So refer your friends to DirecTV, and each friend will get an e-gift card. And you can earn up to $500 a year in e-gift cards for referring your friends. Everyone gets the most popular channels with every programming package, and the sports you love from a leader in sports. The more you share, the more you earn. Refer your friends to Great TV. Your friends will thank you. Go to directtv.com/refer today.
These are just a few of the over 500,000 happy Audient hearing aid customers. They now live a better life because they hear better. And they hear better because they purchased a full pair of Audient Atom 2s for only $189. The Atom 2 is a tiny, nearly invisible over-the-counter hearing aid. They've got unsurpassed sound quality and only $189 a pair. And so easy to order. Call Audient.
1-800-219-8702.
Giants fans, it's Moody's. Decode risk, unlock opportunity. Learn more at moodys.com. Welcome back to Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Madeline Burke, Sean O'Hara, and Carl Banks breaking down the Giants' 34-17 win over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. But before we get into the conversation, let's send it down to the podium. Head coach Brian Daboll is headed up to the podium to address the media. Let's hear what he has to say postgame.
Okay, good team win. That's a division team on the road, or at home, should I say. Home crowd was awesome. But we got to give them a reason to be awesome too. So another good game by our rookie quarterback, but another good game from everybody around him, and that's what we needed. You know, it's not about one guy; it's about a team. 2 turnovers on defense, very good third down execution on offense. Ran the ball well, finished the game. You know, it's good to have a young leader like Dart. Yeah, winning feels good. So there are a lot of coaches sleeping in their offices this week, and I appreciate about those guys. You know, they put a lot into it like they do every week. The players put a lot into it. We had a lot of walkthroughs. So I'm just happy for those guys that put so much into it to try to get the outcome we all desire. Played clean football. It's a good football team that we just played. So get a little bit of a couple days off, rest our guys. Hopefully we'll get them back. We'll be back on Monday. Get ready for our next opponent.
Does Skattebo give you more than the yards he gets? Is there some kind of an energy that is infectious with these guys when he's hard to bring down like that?
Yeah, I mean, he's just a good teammate. He plays with high amount of, I would say, energy, toughness. Certainly people can feed off that. So.
What did you like best about Dart tonight?
I don't know, I've liked everything about Dart since we've got him. So, again, it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. You know, there's going to be drop a ball, whatever it may be. But he's got toughness. I think he sees the field well. He's got athleticism, vision, leadership. You know, but he's 3 games in. You know, 2-1 as a starting quarterback. But a lot to work on. So, and he'll be the first to tell you that. But he's a leader.
Dave's the emotions.
Huh?
How does he lead? Like when you say good to have a young leader like Dart, like
He leads by his play, he leads by his words, he leads by his emotion, he leads by his loose plays. I'm glad he's my quarterback, our quarterback.
How much different does it make? How much different?
And again, he's a rookie, so as one of my mentors once said, let's not, you know, give him a gold jacket right now, Coach Parcells. But he's a good young player to work with.
How much difference does his legs make everything? How much difference does his legs make with everything?
Yeah, it helps. Yeah, it helps.
Well, he just obviously has an uncanny ability to kind of feel the rush around him. Is that just a God-given thing? I mean, most guys don't have that. And how impressive.
He keeps his eyes downfield. He's got awareness in the pocket. I mean, he had it at Ole Miss, at least what I watched of it. So, again, each week will get tougher. I think you asked that question the other day as you put more tape. But let's give credit to the other guys too, as he would. Offensive line, I don't know, we must have rushed for, what, 200 yards? Dan? Yeah.
What did you
It's
see?
close to it. I don't know, third down was 11 of 16, I think. Red zone, what was that, Jordan? You got it? 3 of 3. Right. There you go. So when you play good situational football, you don't turn it over. You know, we didn't have any turnovers, right? Hell of a lot better than 5 last week. And then you create turnovers. What a play by Flott, you know, down there to get it. And, you know, we talked about it last week. He was going back to, you know, down south. I said he owed me one because he was going to get one down there. And what a big play and a big moment. Again, I love these guys. They grind. It's not always been easy. It won't be easy. We'll go back to work on Monday. Coaches will go back on work tomorrow. I'm sure they're not happy about that, but it's a good win.
Brian, do you feel validated in your decision to go? You put it on your shoulders. You said, this is my call. I'm starting him. I want to start with him. Do you feel validated in doing that?
Yeah, I don't think like that, Connor. I'm just happy for the coaches, the players, you know, when you get a win. So 2-1 in the last 3. Got a tough team coming. We're going there, right? Yeah, I mean, short week. I'm just happy for our players and our coaches. They put a lot into it. And, you know, win some, lose some. When you lose some, it sucks. So I feel good for those guys.
That's head coach Brian Daboll as the Giants come away with a 34-17 win over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. A win in the division is a big one, especially in this way. When he talked about 3 of 3 in the red zone, 11 of 16 on third down, and the efficiency in the run game. When you consider that starting center John Michael Schmitz went out in the first half, Sean, and, you know, Austin Schlottman comes in. You've got another player coming in. The fact that they were still able to establish the run, keep that going. A lot of next men up in this game. How do you perceive that?
Yeah, look, Schlottman stepped right in, and number one, when you're coming in as the backup center, the number one thing is you got to get the ball to the quarterback. So no fumble exchange, that's a win right there.
Yep.
Guys like Jalen Hyatt stepped up. There's opportunities. Wandale Robinson, big play. I think when you look at this offense, I felt like this offense tonight had a different identity. Like, they were the hammer, and they were the ones delivering the blows. They were the ones running through arm tackles, running over people, knocking people down, blocking. And this offense was fun. This team was fun.
Yeah.
Tonight, Giants football was back, and it was the offense playing slobber knocker football. It was the defense getting after the quarterback. This is what Giant football should look like. And look, I think everybody fed off of that. Special teams contributor Gunnar Olszynski. I mean, he's been so close to popping one, and he did a great job flipping the field with that. So all 3 phases. And look, Brian Daboll has been talking so long. Carl, I know he's talked to you about it. Madeline, you as well. We got to win at home.
Yeah.
Like, this is what football's about. You have to win at home. There's a different energy. There's a different vibe when you're doing this in front of your fans. And on a short week against the defending Super Bowl champions, everybody brought their A game.
Right.
Yeah, and listen, I think the unsung heroes of this game right here, in the last 2, offensive line. They've been the most consistent area of this offense, and I think that's allowing all the other parts to operate. I know it sounds simple, but it does revolve around the effectiveness and the consistency of the offensive line.
Yeah, I think they've gotten so much better. Obviously, Andrew Thomas coming back has helped.
Yes.
They've continued to get better every single week. And when you look at the balance that they have and the conversion on third down, that's what always helps you as an offense for 2 reasons. Number one, it gives you rhythm offensively when you convert on third downs. And number 2, it keeps the defense tired. Because now all of a sudden they got their hands on their hips and they're at 8-play drives.
And it establishes the run as well. Cam Skattebo, 2 yards shy of his first career 100-yard rushing game, but he got 3 touchdowns made up for it. Jackson Dart, 58 yards rushing, joins Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson as the only quarterbacks with 50 or more rushing yards in each of their first 3 career starts.
It's got to be the Jays.
Giants get the win, 34-17. Carl Banks, thanks for the insight. Appreciate you. Sean and I will be continuing this show as we remind you, Giants fans, come out to run the Giants Foundation 5K and Kids Run presented by Quest on Sunday, October 26th. Just scan the QR code on your screen or visit giants.com/5K for details and to register. We've got much more to come here on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better.
It's the dream we all share, to be anything and go anywhere. So if you need room for your family, your gear, side hustle, or anything else, get the SUV designed for your dream. The Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Experience the legendary Ford Explorer for yourself. Visit your local Ford store for a test drive.
Said if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right.
You gotta know when to hold.
Pull them already.
Know when to fold them. Know when to walk away.
Travel. Know when to run. Run, run, run!
He's automatic from the 40.
You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
And now, your NFL Airmen, led by Omaha! They've changed course.
Peyton Manning?
They're going for the beer! Whoa! Touchdown!
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
I shouldn't have called that audible.
Right.
What?
Enter the amazing universe of 'Twas the Night Before by Cirque du Soleil. An acrobatic retelling of a classic tale. A forever-lasting experience for your kids and the kid in you. 'Twas the Night Before by Cirque du Soleil in New York. Playing the theater at Madison Square Garden December 4th through the 28th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
I love playing basketball.
I love playing basketball.
I may not make it to the pros. Or have a shoe named after me.
I'm getting there.
But I keep playing.
I'll gain confidence.
And I'll make new friends.
I'll play hard but fair.
I'll stay physically and mentally fit. I'll play with anyone. Anywhere.
Anywhere.
And most importantly,
I'll have fun.
Fun.
Time now for tonight's scoring drive of the game, brought to you by Citizens. For the scoring drive, we take you to the second quarter. Jackson Dart finds Lil Jordan Humphrey for the grab, move the chains right there, then Cam Skattebo.
Some good blocking there by Theo Johnson on the perimeter.
Jackson Dart scrambles, makes lemonade with this one, picks up a few yards, gets to the outside, and then hands it off to Cam Skattebo for the 4-yard touchdown, puts the Giants up 20-17. Dart and Scat, a little selly in the end zone. Listen, he can only backflip so many times in a game. The man had 3 touchdowns on the day. 15 plays, 67 yards, took 5 minutes and 37 seconds off the clock.
In there.
As a reminder, for every scoring drive this season, Citizens, the official bank of the Giants, will donate $750 to the Giants Foundation to support their work in the community. Welcome back to Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Madeline Burke and the Super Bowl champion Sean O'Hara here breaking this one down. But before we keep getting into it, let's send it down for some sound. Wandale Robinson is addressing the media.
Wandale, 6 catches, 64 yards and a touchdown. But first up, I got to ask what it's like to beat this rival Philadelphia Eagles team when everybody thought the Giants were down following the New Orleans game and you had a short week.
We just came into work and obviously we don't think anybody really believed in us but us. So just goes to show we just got to stick together and go out there and play football on Sundays.
Your early touchdown was a big one. Down the sideline, made a nice move. Yeah. Got a really good block from little Jordan Humphrey, too, inside the 5. I know you had to appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, LJ, he does everything right. Even in the weeks that he wasn't playing, he was premiering like he had to play. And when he got his chance, he made the most of it. And I'm really excited for LJ today.
All right, so Neighbors was down a couple of weeks. Slayton goes down. Everybody's looking at the wide receiver room and saying, what's up with that? Mm-hmm. And you guys answered the bell today. How did you do it?
Like I said, we went into work and came in with a little bit of a chip on our shoulder, nobody believing in us, thinking that we could do anything. And, went to work with Jackson, and he had all the confidence in the world in us to go out there and do our job. So.
You only had one jog through this week at practice. It was a short week, but yet somehow he and you guys, did you spend extra time together, extra film room, extra meetings? What was the magic that allowed this to happen today?
Like I said, we just locked in those walkthroughs and all that meeting time and just talking through with Jackson about everything. And, you know, I think it actually helped LJ and stuff whenever he was working with Jackson in the summer and stuff like that too. So they were already familiar together. And for my sake, it was just making sure that I was just on the same page with him and getting open.
All right, finally, what is this offense got?
Wandale Robinson, as we take a look at player comparison, Wandale Robinson against Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown. Wandale, 84 yards, average of 14 yards per catch, a 35-yard touchdown. What stands out to you on this graphic, Sean?
Well, the 14 yards per catch is big, but I just think when you look at that long play, that was, you know, explosive plays on offense. They count extra, like they feel bigger. The momentum I thought was really big, but that big play too was a loose play, as Daboll calls it, where Jackson Dart, look, that wasn't how you drew it up. That was just them playing football. Sometimes your players have to play above the X's and O's. It can't just be elementary plays and just follow the script all the time. So I think that's what Jackson Dart is kind of elevating everybody around him because of those plays that he's able to make, just kind of using his athleticism and just, you know, it's backyard football a little bit. He's got a little Brett Favre in him in that capacity, or Eli Manning, if you will.
Yeah.
I think this offense is starting to grow. They're starting to have fun. And like I said before, we're starting to see an identity here. Like they can play smash mouth football when they want to.
And a lot of that
got a quarterback that can kind of ad lib a little bit too.
Like you said, a lot of that comes with a quarterback who can ad lib, a quarterback that the players trust and the coach trust, and that kind of brings that team together on the offensive side of the ball. But the defensive side of the ball really delivered today as well. Brian Burns, 2 sacks on the day. Let's have a listen to what he has to say in the locker room.
Brian, an incredible performance on both offense and defense today. When you came into this game against this arch rival Eagles team, special teams too, you're right, they were terrific. What was the priority?
Really just to put a full game together, you know, on all 3 phases, and you know, just to see what we can do, and really showed that today, and it was complete domination in my opinion. We clicked on all phases, and that's something that you want to see.
How did you turn the page so quickly? Short week, had a rough game in New Orleans, had only a jog through this week, and yet today everything was as smooth as silk.
You know, it really starts top down. You know, I feel like our coaches prepared us the right way, and I feel like everybody was bought in to the bigger picture than anything else, any other outside noise or anything of that nature. He was bought into what was inside the building.
Hurts is such a strong quarterback. He's got those powerful legs. He usually gets away from a lot of people. You had a couple sacks, and somehow you guys were able to contain him. What was the secret?
Honestly, the secret was just to, you know, rush as hard as we can. You know, we can't be too timid. We can't be too timid to, you know, rush him to be scared of his legs. So, you know, we were just going out there being aggressive, but also being disciplined in our rush lanes.
How much did it help your defense to see the offense put up the kind of points they put up? Even after Philly got the lead, they got it back for you.
It helped a lot. It helped a ton. You know, that's what you want to see when you're a pass rusher. You want to see the offense put up big numbers, you know, because it allows us to pin our ears back and go get after the quarterback.
And I'm curious, final question, when you see your quarterback on offense have the kind of mentality and physicality that a defensive player usually has, what does that do for you?
He's insane. He's insane. That third down pickup when he just launched over, he's insane. I still encourage him to slide, but you know, you got to love that dog mentality that's inside of him. So, you know, I respect him for it.
Brian Burns, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Brian Burns with a lot of praise for the quarterback. Another guy who's got a mentality we're going to want to see, Cam Skattebo. We'll hear from him after the break. Stay with us.
Risk gets a bad rap. It punishes the unprepared. The game hits hard. But those who embrace risk and translate it know it isn't the opponent, it's the opportunity. At Moody's, we break risk down. We spot the shift. Because the smartest play often comes down to seeing what others don't. Moody's, decode risk. Unlock opportunity.
Progress. It can be fast. It can be slow. It can be disruptive. But one thing it can't be is stopped. While progress might seem inevitable, breakthroughs come from supercharging it, delivering business outcomes at scale. fulfilling aspirations with compassion, innovating responsibly. Whether it's day-to-day success or transformational gains, we supercharge progress to change the game.
Get more of what you want this season during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Like more off-road adventure with the Sorrento. Or Telluride. Or more fun zipping around in the Seltos. Or Nero Hybrid. And new Kia vehicles come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, so you can get more out of every year. During Kia's Fall Savings Event, get 0% APR for up to 48 months, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash on select 2025 Sorrento models.
When you donate to Tackle Kids Cancer at Hackensack Meridian Health, you're not just making a big difference, you're making a giant difference. That's why we're making a giant deal out of it.
It needs to be bigger, right?
100% of donations go to patients and their families.
Give this a spin.
Helping kids be kids. And no cause
Go deep.
is more giant than that.
Looking good.
Join me and Scan to tackle kids cancer today.
It was bigger on the package.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. We're so excited.
Absolutely. The Rock is going to be dropped. This place has erupted.
Season Start is presented by Fidelity Wealth Management.
Nice feed and the slam from Alabama. Hart from three. There it is. Cavs long three. 15 consecutive points.
Time now for the HCL Player of the Game. HCL Tech supercharging progress, the official digital transformation partner of the New York Football Giants. Player of the Game, no other than one Cam Skattebo. As Sean O'Hara nicknamed him the Tasmanian Sun Devil.
There it is. I like it. Forks up.
Forks up.
Look at this.
Touchdowns on the day.
Great blocking up front.
Getting in the end zone, 2 yards shy of his first career 100-yard rushing game, but 98 yards on the ground. Adds 12 in the receiving game, so 110 yards from scrimmage. 5 rushing touchdowns on the season, 3 today, and he was happy about this one. Let's take a look at him post-game.
What up, Big Blue? I just want to say I'm going to sleep with number 3 tonight as my pillow. I love y'all, man. Good dog. On the next week. Go Big Blue.
Sean, have you ever used a football as a pillow?
Never. And I don't think he's sleeping much tonight. I got to be honest with you. After a game, you're always jazzed up. You're wired.
Yeah.
And a big win like this against a divisional opponent, look, it always feels good to get a win, but it feels even better when you beat the Birds.
Beat the Birds. That man's filling up the bookshelf with the celebratory footballs he's taking home.
Yeah, he is. And look, I think this has been the answer that the Giants have been looking for in the run game and in the red zone.
Yeah,
so when they drafted him, that was big.
It was a big one. Drafted him out of ASU. Let's hear what he had to say after the game.
It's been awesome. Like I said, it's a good team win. They were the Super Bowl champs last year. There's a whole new season this year, so it's hard to win twice in a row. So props to them. They're a great football team. We see them in another week and a half or 2 weeks. I'm excited to play them again. But like I said, this is a season that we need to keep continuing to build on. We're 2-4 right now, and there's a long season ahead of us.
Did you mentioned you didn't get to 100. Are you upset by that?
That was it. Yeah, I don't really care. We won the game. That's what matters the most. These guys know that's what matters the most to us. To me as a person, as long as we win the game, that's when I'm happy. I could have went for 25 yards and 0 touchdowns and still been happy that we won. So.
The touchdown that it was ruled short, and then do you think you scored?
No, I knew I was in.
Yeah.
I knew the first time I reached it, I was in. I kind of fought extra just in case they did call me short, but I had a really good feeling. I kind of turned and looked and seen that I was across the line.
Can we talk about how much you energize this offense? How much does Jackson Dart energize you and the rest of this offense as well?
He does a great job. he's a quarterback, a very competitive quarterback that knows what to do with the ball at the right times, can use his legs. He does a great job just, being the general on the field, and props to him and props to the guys around him that, help him be who he is.
That sound from Cam Skattebo is brought to you by Ford, the official vehicle of the New York Football Giants. As we take a look at the stat comparison from RB1s on the day, Cam Skattebo earning his role as RB1 for the Giants, 98 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. What stands out to you here?
Yeah, you love over the 5 yards of carry for Skattebo, and really look at Saquon Barkley. 31 of those 58 yards came on the first 2 plays. So Giants defense did their part. Cam Skattebo, though, man, he is just he's a fire plug right there, and I love him. Tasmanian Sun Devil, I think that's going to stick.
Trademark it, copyright it, the C with the circle, all of that good stuff. Gotta love that. And I love how when you look at his highlights, you're seeing as much gymnastics as you are football. That man hitting the backflip, the somersault, the cartwheel, all of it celebrating.
He's got a floor exercise.
All over the floor. Yeah, 10s across the board, stuck the landing and all, but couldn't do it without the help from the offensive line. Let's hear from Andrew Thomas, who's speaking in the locker room now.
Andrew, this offensive line today really had it going. Skattebo, of course, grinding out the yardage, and your quarterback running pretty crazy legs as well. You had to feel good about the performance.
Yeah, it was great. It was a team effort. It takes all 11 to run the ball like that. Jackson made a lot of plays with his legs. All our running backs ran hard, and we just continued to fight the whole way through.
What was the difference in this 4-quarter performance as opposed to maybe some of the others we've seen this year?
Just execute. As an offense, we didn't turn the ball over. Defense got turnovers, and that was kind of the keys that we wanted for this week. Controlled the line of scrimmage, and the results were great.
What is it like for you as an offensive lineman when Dart sees a little pressure, starts running around back there, and then all of a sudden he takes off and he gains yardage? What does that do for you guys?
Just live by the sword, die by the sword. He's a mobile quarterback, so and especially at home we can hear the crowd get loud once he starts to scramble. So we just try to strain as much as we can because we know he can make plays for us.
Also, how much is it a motivator when Scat gets those dirty yards? I mean, he starts grinding and pounding away. It may not be pretty, but it's very effective.
No, he's a physical back. He's a football guy. That's how he runs, and it gives us juice on offense.
Finally, what does this mean to this team to knock off the dreaded Philadelphia Eagles after getting off to a 1-4 start?
Yeah, this is the expectation that we have for ourselves. We go to practice every week to prepare, to get ready. It's a big game like this. To win at home, it's amazing.
Andrew, thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Sean, as an offensive lineman, how do you quantify the impact that the return of left tackle Andrew Thomas has made to this O-line?
Well, I think Andrew Thomas, obviously, you look at the pass protection, he's been phenomenal since he came back, but the run blocking has been one of the things that you could see the increase in production, and I think it's really just kind of solidified this front together. A lot of the big runs were coming over the left side, and I think Andrew Thomas has done a great job with his double team blocks with John Runyon. This whole offensive line, Austin Slotman, shout out to him for stepping up for JMS when he went down. They're a cohesive unit now. You're seeing them work together. They're pushing people back. They're knocking people back, protecting the quarterback. Got to give credit to Mike Kafka, too, because he's the one that's kind of trusting them and leaning on the run game a little bit. So they're working well in concert together. It's a fun thing to see.
It's a fun thing to see, and like you heard from Andrew Thomas, he said this is the expectation we have for ourselves. The Giants getting the win 34-17 over the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. We're continuing to break this one down, but first, Giants, download the all-new Giants mobile app for breaking news and exclusive videos, updated with a brand new layout, plus the Giants Shorts stories feed and the Pocket Game Day Ticket Holders Hub. Download it for free at the App Store or on Google Play. After the break, we're going to hear from QB1. That and more to come here on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better.
It's the dream we all share, to be anything and go anywhere. So if you need room for your family, your gear, side hustle, or anything else, get the SUV designed for your dream. The Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Experience the legendary Ford Explorer for yourself. Visit your local Ford store for a test drive.
And now, your NFL Airmen, led by Peyton Manning. Omaha! They've changed course.
Peyton Manning?
They're going for the beer. Whoa! Touchdown!
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
I shouldn't have called that audible.
Thanks.
play.
For thrills, for celebrations, for intimacy, for triumph. We all have reasons for wanting to be healthy. When you test with Quest, you and your doctor can track your health over time to reveal patterns. With the bigger picture, you can transform your future health. And that might be the most important reason of all. For all your reasons, Quest.
Get this exceptional offer on select Cadillac models.
This ice makes legends.
You better be ready. Close. Save by Shesterkin.
This arena makes noise.
That is unbelievable.
This season makes history. Be here for it.
Giant football is on the air.
From the start, the Giants got the offense going, the defense going.
They played lights out.
What a play, the Giants.
This team is going in the right direction.
Welcome into Giants postgame.
Touchdown, Neighbor.
We know who we are, who we have in the locker room. We just got to keep battling.
Finally slammed down by Dexter Lawrence.
Every week they go in and they give everything they got.
Impact plays, folks. They makes you want to go out there and put pads on yourself.
Touchdown.
That was a fun second half. Thriller indeed.
I try to talk about it in the week of just how important it is to start fast, and it's a great tone setter of the game, and especially get the big boys rolling up front. So that's definitely really important to come out and score on that drive, and then give the defense the chance to go match it. So it was big for us.
Jackson, with what you guys are trying to build going up against a team like Philly, just won the Super Bowl last year, to have this performance today, what type of message do you guys think you sent?
Well, first of all, we can't be naive to, everything. So we hear what people say, and it definitely lights a fire in us. And, me and Scott talked about, last week we felt like it was kind of just on us, losing that game, and we felt like we moved the ball just fine. So, our big emphasis was just to, make sure that we take care of the ball. And we felt like, if we do that, then we're going to be able to move the ball up the field. So, just really proud of how the guys played, and I think that we're just trying to set a standard of intensity here each and every day.
What do you mean by what people say? You said what people say. What specifically stood out that hurt you guys?
Well, I just think that there's at times there's some negativity that's surrounding here, and for us, some of the new guys that are coming here, we just got here, so, we don't feel like we were involved in the past. And we got a lot of winners on this team, and guys who come out every single day and work their ass off to put on a good showing on Sundays. And I feel like we're just connected. And, we just had some games that, at times in those moments where it just hasn't gone our way. And we just feel like we do feel like we're a really good team. We have really good players. So, we're just trying to win games. We're just trying to stay, internal and stay connected each and every day.
Giants quarterback Jackson Dart keeping things positive after the win. 34-17 is the final as the Giants beat the Eagles. As we take a look at the quarterback comparison here, Sean.
Yeah, I mean, look, the biggest thing right there is that donut that's staring at us, the 0 interception. So a complete opposite of what we saw last week. The fact that he was able to bounce back from that, put all that behind him, and come back into a game like this on a short week and take care of the football, that's exactly what you want to see from a young player. Can they fix the mistakes that hurt you the week before? He did just that. But how about the awareness, too? He kind of mentioned it a little bit. Look, there's some scar tissue we get with Giants fans, but this is new. Let's start fresh. Let's wipe the slate clean. And I think that when you win games like this at home against the Birds on national television, that's a good way to wipe it clean.
Well, speaking of scar tissue, Jackson Dart, prior to tonight, there was only one rookie quarterback to defeat the Eagles as a starting quarterback since starts were first tracked in 1950. That was Travis Tidwell, week 11 of 1950. Jackson Dart now becomes the second rookie quarterback to get the dub over the Eagles.
The force is strong with this one.
The force is strong with this one, 34-17. I see it. We got more to come here. One more segment as we wrap up week 6. Look ahead to week 7. Giants Postgame Live brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better.
It's the dream we all share, to be anything and go anywhere. So if you need room for your family, your gear, side hustle, or anything else, get the SUV designed for your dream. The Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Experience the legendary Ford Explorer for yourself. Visit your local Ford store for a test drive.
Risk gets a bad rap. It punishes the unprepared. The game hits hard. But those who embrace risk and translate it know it isn't the opponent, it's the opportunity. At Moody's, we break risk down. We spot the shift, because the smartest play often comes down to seeing what others don't. Moody's, decode risk, unlock opportunity.
Said if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right.
You gotta know when to hold.
Pull them already.
Know when to fold 'em.
Know when to walk away.
Travel.
Know when to run. Run, run, run!
He's automatic from the 40.
You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
Any further thoughts?
I think I need to do more with my money. Should I still be renting?
I live with my mom.
How much should I save for my kids' tuition?
What kids?
How early is early retirement? How much is in your 401k?
All my money's in checking.
What does the K stand for?
Ben, what's on your mind?
Could I be doing more with my money?
Let's look at where you're at and talk new goals.
Make sense of your money with Citizens.
In the race for our next mayor, we've heard a lot about what the next mayor will do. But there's a lot the mayor can't do. The mayor can't make your bus ride free. The mayor can't raise taxes. And they can't raise minimum wage. So what can a mayor do? The mayor can hire more cops, improve our public schools, keep the city clean and plow snow off the streets. This November, vote for the mayor that can get the job done. Paid for by the Coalition to Restore New York.
Great, right?
I love it.
Get that Wi-Fi going.
I like the fire.
You got it?
All right. You can go fast.
Go down.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house. Now everything is easy because of you. La, la, la.
It's Spectrum Fiber-powered internet, the most reliable internet you can count on. It's only everything.
Well, week 6 is behind us with the win. Let's turn the page to week 7. The Giants are headed to Denver to take on the Broncos Sunday, October 19th at 4:05 p.m. The Giants will have 3 extra days after playing on Thursday Night Football. The Broncos, however, taking on the Jets in London. So across the pond, a little extra travel for Denver as they head over there. But Sean, welcome back to the show. Giants Postgame Live. Sean O'Hara and Madeline Burke breaking this one down. When you look at this matchup between the Giants and the Broncos, their defense is obviously an elite one, but their offense, led by Bo Nix, is something special too.
Yeah, and listen, anybody that's coached by Sean Payton, a guy that the Giants know really well, knows that they're going to be great in the red zone. Bo Nix has done a great job as a young quarterback, great decision-making. He's got a stud receiver in Cortland Sutton on the outside, and he's got a couple of thoroughbreds in the backfield in J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey, the young running back. So, look, this offensive line has done a good job, too. He's only been sacked 5 times this season, so this offense can score points. Defense is going to have their hands full. But I think when you go into Denver, it's a special place to play. Look, the altitude is a real thing. So
it is.
That's one of the things you kind of have to get into your mind. Like, you're going to feel shortness of breath. You're going to feel like you're not getting the same oxygen.
Are the couple
It's
extra
definitely a
days of
factor.
rest, though, going to be helpful for this Giants team?
100%. You'll always take a little breather.
Always take a little breather. Serenity now. The Giants got the win 34-17 over the visiting Eagles on Thursday Night Football. And thank you for spending this time with us to wrap it all up. For the Super Bowl champion Sean O'Hara, I'm Madeline Burke. This has been Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. We're here live after every Giants game this season. We'll see you next week.
Knicks basketball is on MSG, and it is presented by Chase. Tonight, the preseason affair with the Knicks home for the first time this year, playing host to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Knicks fans coming into the world's most